And how's the wedding going? Any news on it?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about singers the other day, weren't we?
Oh, yeah, I just want to
Need a
shout out
singer.
because the mighty Robbie Williams, he can't do it.
No.
Now, we're going to put it out there. If you're a fan of mine, Danny's or Jarrod's, if you want to come and do a couple of songs for us at Danny's wedding, you'll get an invite. You get to hang out with all of us and our peasant families. Then do get in touch. And I mean that as well because we are looking for people.
We are looking, and time is ticking.
Oh, I'll give it all up for you. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And I mean that, Dan. I'd give it all up for you. I would. I'd give it all up because you're my child.
Yeah.
And I feel guilty, if you're having a bad day, because I feel that I brought you into the world.
Oh, baby, that was very sweet.
But it's the truth. That's what happens. Any parents out there, I've gone early with this, but you feel that it's hard work being a parent, isn't it? It never gets easier.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It actually never gets easier, does it?
No.
I've been in every stage so far.
Constant stress,
and I'm
worry.
like, what the?
Shout out to all you selfish lot that never had a child.
No,
you know what I mean?
I can totally see why people. There's been this whole thing on TikTok recently on like mums and some people that choose to not be parents, and I totally get it. Imagine having a holiday when you want, laying in when you want, being able to eat anything you want. Like I consider now eating in the toilet because every time I eat
in the toilet,
my kids are at my feet going, "Mummy, what's that? What's that? What's that?"
Not while you're having a shite.
Not having a shit, but just eating in the toilet. You probably could eat shit.
Think. Well, look, I will say this. There is something about it and being selfless and not wanting children. And
I totally get it.
Yeah,
it's
I do.
Yeah.
But there's also some downsides. The downsides being that if we all thought that way, then the human race would die out.
But apparently now there's not that many children. Like when you're trying to get your kids into schools now, apparently it's a lot more easier now than it used to be.
Yeah, well, of course, because obviously the population grows and people are living to a longer age. Medieval times, they died in their 30s.
I know. Usually of cholera.
Was it?
A lot of people shit themselves
Dysentery,
to death.
I always felt.
Like, because you couldn't drink tap water. And that's why now I don't
beer,
drink
didn't
tap
they?
water.
What a good time to be. I told you, medieval times would have won.
Yeah, no, it's
just
great.
on beer, giving your kids
so
beer
glad
in the
I got
morning.
to study medieval times and history.
And also, I suppose the other thing is, if you don't have kids, is what happens when you get old? You've got no one around you to look after you. No one. Like when you've had your career, you've done your work, you've got your pension, you've paid for your house. Who are you going to give it to? The fucking government?
Yeah, who do you actually give your house
No one, don't they? Fucking snatch it off you.
What happens?
The elite fucking slags.
What happens with the money? If you have money?
Well, they just take it off you if you bowl over, don't they? Unless you put a wheel. If you put a will in place, say, I'm assuming that, that people that don't have children are into animals. Or cats and stuff. They leave it to a cattery.
They'd have to give it. That's a nice thing, yeah.
But, again, if there wasn't for us mugs that have children, then the human race would die out. And there is an argument to say, is that a bad thing at the moment? I don't know whether humans are all that at the moment,
No, absolutely not.
But again, your favourite word, we digress.
We digress.
Because we haven't seen each other in a while. You listeners out there.
No, we haven't.
All you loyal fuckers and all. I mean, we're very, very appreciative.
We're very, very
of
grateful.
The podcast that never ends that we don't get paid for. This is something I just want to. I know there's people out there with no money, and I've earned a few quid in my life, but this is costing me money to come in. I've had £141 up to the. I don't know why they'll give me the one as well. I'd rather just 140 because I feel like the one on top of it.
It's pissed you off even more. Where does the one come from?
I don't know, darling. And so it's an odd thing. I'm sure we will get some readies, and when we do eventually get some readies, I will be giving.
You will be informing
I will be giving some to charity.
Absolutely, it's very important to you.
Certainly, because obviously we do it in Global. Shout out to Global, who don't pay us, but which is in Leicester Square, and there's a lot of buskers and people, homeless people that sit in.
Yeah, but we are. You've always.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So in a way, Global are preventing me from giving some readies to homeless people because when I do see them in the train stations, they will be getting readies out of me.
Absolutely.
Because, especially if they've got a dog. Now. Anyway, we haven't seen each other.
No,
really.
we haven't really seen each other.
Although we did.
No, I'll come round yours for a roast. We had your roasts are the best roast dinners ever. It's just about your potatoes. Can I just ask you, with your roast potatoes, say you get your potato, are you buying Maris Pipers?
Always Maris Piper.
Yeah, so how many times do you cut your potatoes up?
What?
So when you have your potato before you make the roast potato, are you cutting it just in half?
I've got a thing about taters. I don't want them all to look the same. Do you know what
Your
I mean?
potatoes are
Yeah,
unbelievable.
so some I leave. I quite like sometimes you get a diddy potato, just peel it, don't even cut it.
No, you just leave that
So that's a
half.
round one.
Yeah.
Then some I'll half, then some I'll quarter.
Oh, so that's
I
what
like to have a different array. I don't want all my potatoes to look the same.
No, because you might want
some
a big
get more
one,
crispy
a little one.
Goose fat's the one, darling.
Oh no, but I don't know what
It's
it
got
is
to be
about your
laced
potato.
in
It must
goose
be
fat.
my oven.
Salt, pepper, lemon.
Because like mine go like dry up more than yours. Like yours are so.
Because you're leaving them in for too long.
I was going to say the word lubricated, if that makes sense, but there's quite a lot of juice
The
going on.
two we get paranoid about is we go, oh my god, they're just going to be soggy, but they don't. They absorb the goose fat.
Oh, I love a bit.
And this is all I've taught. I've learned all this from your mother and stuff, and from Carol, obviously. Shout out to Carol, my lovely little Carol, who's probably listening now, who was offended recently when the thing is, I don't listen back to the podcast because I've sort of done it, and I did say something that I probably shouldn't have said about her. Noshing someone off, and I apologise because I shouldn't be talking about my mother-in-law like that. I will say this, Carol, because I know you're listening. I'd never do anything to offend you.
Oh, baby.
And I felt that you was probably just dropped because you listen to this before you go to sleep.
Yeah, she does. It's her bedtime podcast.
And so I won't say nunite yet because you've still got a long way to go on this. But yeah, I will never mention any sort of fellatio again involving you. I was out of order and I need to grow up a little bit. Do you agree, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a public apology to Carol.
This is a public apology. And if you do see Carol in the street, do give her a cuddle. Because she's very cuddly. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. Now I've been away.
You have been away. You've been in Leeds.
No, I've been in Dublin.
We're not talking about that one.
Leeds comes next week. I'm sort of doing Leeds at the moment. So
no. You've been in Dublin.
I just want to talk about this slightly because we did allude to the fact that I was doing a film. Now, anyway, I've just done this film. I'm the only one in it. Now, that might sound very narcissistic. But this thing came my way, and it was a script with 90 pages of one character, Jimmy Banks, who's a football agent, so Jarrod would know about all that, who's sitting in an office, and he has the worst fucking day of his life,
I know,
right?
it's incredible.
So, 90 pages. I read it. It's an amazing story. I'm not going to give it away. No spoiler alerts.
When is it out?
Probably maybe around this time next year. They usually take about a year
Yeah.
to edit it all together and all that bollocks. Although, I don't know if it will take long because I'm the only one in it.
It'll be quite an easy edit.
This is the thing. You think it's quite easy, but it's not. Yeah. Because what it is, you shoot the fuck out of a film. Because you always go like, how many fucking angles do you want to do on this?
Yeah, they love an angle.
You're telling a story. So you have to find the masterpiece within it. There's so many ways. And this is what brilliant directors do. They tell stories. But through a camera, Theatre directors are very different. They work with actors and they tweak things differently. But the idea of this man in a room on a phone, can you go, does that hold as a film?
Yeah.
The story's so clever and so brilliant. And you really do need to, you're going to hate this Jimmy Banks, but you will grow to love him. Now, I read it and went, oh my God, what an opportunity. So I'm in a position now, Dan, and I've been around a long time where I get offered jobs, right? And so, and going back to it, I made a lot of mistakes because this happened to me before. This has come round to me again where my profile was raised enough. I'd done enough work where I was getting offered jobs. But because I'd been out of work quite a lot as an actor, like to audition, I said yes to everything.
Yeah.
You've got to learn to say no.
But I know, but I think it makes you can't regret any of that.
No. It's all part of who I am.
It makes you learn.
Obviously, I couldn't catch a cold because I said yes to far too much.
Yeah.
And then I started to make really shite wasn't.
Shit ones.
No, I would say I've probably made nearly 50 films, and I've probably made about 8 good ones.
Do you reckon?
Cult film. Oh yeah,
Severance
was a good one, but that's a cult one. Human Traffic, Football Factory, The Business. I would say
Doghouse.
Again, another cult sort of movie. Human Traffic. I'd say that's up there.
We've said Human Traffic.
Have we said that?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not 8 then.
Well, you only think you've done like 5 good movies.
I'm trying to think of films that culturally, people really love me for.
What was that? Vendetta?
Vendetta was a great movie, but I don't know if it's a film that.
I don't think it had the money behind it.
That reached the generation of people. I'm very proud of it, and I think I'm good.
That was a great film, Vendetta.
But I think most of them were decisions I'd made.
Severance is a great film.
Severance is a good film.
I might watch that.
But anyway, I said yes to too much stuff, and then they have to come out, and then of course, Mean Machine. That was a good one.
Mean Machine.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And of course, this was at a time when DVDs.
Goodbye, Charlie Bright.
Goodbye, Charlie Bright was a good film, but didn't really do good business.
Oh, okay.
So I suppose it's about business, the reach, and all that sort of stuff. And then of course they come out and they're shy and they don't earn any money,
and you get all the blame.
And then my stock, of course. And so obviously, it pans out the way it does. So now I'm saying no to a lot of stuff.
Which is good,
And the stuff I am saying yes to, and this was something when I go, oh my God, I love this. If I say yes, I've got to do it. Can I do it?
Scary.
Can I, in 10 days, this is a 10-day shoot, do 15 pages a day, 90-odd pages.
I don't know how you did that.
On my own. So I used to go to work, and anyway, it's all in Dublin. Shout out to Dublin. You're all right, mate. He's a nice guy, you like him. That's all I can do in Irish. Anyway, so I went to Dublin, and I realised the pressure, and actually, if I don't know my lines, the whole film's fucked.
This is what I mean. How did you learn all them lines?
Because of hard work and dedication. Any young actors out there, listen, you've got to fucking know your shit. Do your fucking homework, learn your lines, right? So I didn't see any of Dublin in 10 days because...
just in your hotel room.
So I would come to work in this film, and I had a lovely big trailer because I'm the only actor in it, so I suppose I could look up. I was never in it. I would go in and get me clothes on in the morning.
And that was it.
And it was amazing. I had a bedroom, I had a toilet, I had a shower,
Wow.
I had a telly, I had a little fire.
Was it like a little mini caravan?
It was fucking amazing.
Nice.
Wasn't in it. So I get in there. I don't eat in the morning because I fast.
you don't
So
like
I could have had breakfast in there just for the sake of it. Didn't. Get me clobber on. And I start off in this amazing whistle, which we got in Savile Row. And because I'm a sports agent, it's all about money and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And then I would get my mic on, my radio, and I'd go into this office that was built for me in this old castle, freezing cold castle, and I would do the day's work, right? 15 pages, just me in a room. Now we shot it in chronological order, which you never do with a film. That was great.
Yeah.
So I shot it.
Yeah, that's nice because you could build your character.
I did like that.
Yeah.
Because this man deteriorates. No spoiler alert.
It's so much better that you did that.
But there were other actors in this film that I never met.
Yeah.
So I would turn up. I'd go into this office, I would put an earpiece in, and an earpiece which I had for, do you remember my game show, The Wall?
Oh, I love The Wall.
The Wall, drop them.
People love The Wall.
They did love it, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a great series.
I'd be fuming if they brought The Wall back and they put Stephen Mulhern
oh my God,
in.
imagine they replaced us. He does Deal or No Deal now.
So to be replaced by someone of that ilk would upset me slightly. But anyway, when they first gave me an earpiece for that, Dan, I went, I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with an earpiece. And they went, no, you need it. I said, no, I don't want it. Not for the film. I'm talking about for The Wall. Anyway, I put this earpiece in, and then fuck me, I relied on it so much.
So did they just feed you relying on the
so anyway,
wall? So be like...
what I realised is that usually when you have these earpieces in, shout out to all these runners and ADs on any job, because they have to listen to everyone's shit all day. They go crazy. You talk to some people on a set and they're not listening to you because they're listening to people in their ear. Anyway, I said, I don't want to hear about what the electricians are doing or the floor managers. I only want this earpiece to go off when you're talking to me.
Yeah.
And it got me out of trouble quite a bit because I kept forgetting the game.
Oh, and
you have to recap how much money they've won in the Wall and all that sort of stuff.
There's a lot of
so I actually relied on it quite a lot. But anyway, that was in a game show, shiny floor, Saturday night TV. This was a fucking film.
Yeah.
Now I've got really emotional stuff in this film. So I would come to work, put the earpiece in the office. There was other actors in this film I never met.
That is incredible.
So they would be picked up from their home address in Dublin, and then they would come to work. I never met them. They went into another room under a tent. Right? So, because I saw all this before they was walking me around, I was shitting myself. Day one in Dublin, they went, oh, right, so this is your office. I was like, oh my God, I've got to do this now.
God, yeah,
I'm meeting all the crew and all that. A little bit, but I like the pressure.
Yeah.
Because I will say this, Dan, I think we're creative people. I book you as a creative, right?
You.
Now, don't have to thank me, darling. Back yourself.
Yeah.
I think you only really get the most creative, when you put your head under the water, right? Because we walk into the water. And and it goes up to our belly, goes up to our chest. And I would say for most of my jobs, I can do it standing on my head. It's not really a test for me. I'm not knocking what I do, and I put a lot of thought and effort into it. But until you put your fucking head under the water, which is what I did with this, that's when you have to fucking, it's fight or flight. And this is when I'm hoping I've become my most creative because I was like, can I do this? Have I got the stamina? Can I create this character where I never leave the screen for an hour and a half?
And was you learning it? Did you learn it all at one hit, or was you just learning the 15
No,
pages?
I can't do that.
I was going to say that, like, surely you would just study your pages, and then when you were done, you'd study your next.
I treat every day of filming like a mini film. So I look at every scene and every beat of that day. I can't think about tomorrow. I don't think about yesterday. Yesterday's done. I just give everything to that next day's work. So usually in films, 4 or 5 pages a day, right?
Yeah.
Now, and I want to shout out EastEnders.
I think that really taught you how to learn even more.
Sometimes I like to learn 30 pages a day, right?
Yeah, that is incredible.
So in a way, I like to go back to that discipline, right? So actually, I knew I was capable of it. It does start to jar you after day 4 of doing your day's filming. And going back to the actors, so anyway, I'd go in, I'd put my earpiece in, and then Amy, who played my daughter, never met her. She'd go, hi, Danny. I was like, oh, hello, babe, how are you? So we're talking for a fucking earpiece.
That is so funny.
And I'm going, what would you have for breakfast? Just trying to break the ice. And she was going, I had some waffles. I went, I didn't know they'd done waffles. That was nice. And then we would have a bit of a chat, and then we'd start filming. And so, they were doing their thing through, and it must have been weird. And they was watching me on the telly.
Yeah, and then feeding.
I couldn't see them.
Yeah.
And so it was really odd. And there was about 6 other actors in it. They would swap seats. Another one would come in. Yusef was another one. Shout out to Yusef, who plays another character. Oh, hello, Yusef. How you getting on? He's a young actor. Sounded sexy.
Yeah.
But never met him. So I built up images in my head of what these people look like, but never really met them until they rapped. And then they came in, everyone was giving them a clap.
I wonder why they didn't meet you before then.
Because it wasn't part of the film, there's no need.
Yeah, they didn't need to,
It's all on the blower. And
clever.
So it was a really mad discipline, it's my Hamlet. I'm not going to do Shakespeare, I can't be fucked. So this was my idea of doing something where it doesn't happen often, and as an actor, the saying goes, you spend the first half of your life learning your trade and the second half putting it into place and earning. So I drew on all my experience to get through this process. I've got to say, I saw none of Dublin, straight back from the filming, back to my script. And I had a symbolic thing what I would do. I had a folder. They did me this lovely folder. And I wrote on the front of it, Jimmy Banks, Oracle, in brackets, because it was my Oracle. And then I just sort of sign it weirdly. And then I would rip out my pages every day. And I would watch this script get smaller and smaller and smaller.
And then you'd know that you're getting there.
And so every day.
Because that is hard.
And it was, listen, and I did it. And I did it well. And they was really relieved.
And was they quite long speeches as well in between?
I had a 7-minute take where I'm playing Paul and talking on the phone. And so they wanted me to pop balls and remember me lines and listen to cues. So my arse did flap a bit, Dan. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And horror. But also going, hold on, Dan. You're pushing 50. Back yourself, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You obviously represent something. They trust you with this. Now, this was the other thing. There was a get out clause in a sense of I had an earpiece, so they could have fed me the lines.
Oh.
Now, I've met a couple of actors. I won't name any names. Liam Neeson, who did Jonathan Ross with him.
Liam Neeson.
I love him. Anyway, he said to me, because we were talking, I was actually, when I did Jonathan Ross years ago, I was doing EastEnders, and so they basically said,
some cool people.
And so me and Liam were sitting backstage, and again,
amazing.
What a moment, all clammy talking to Liam, and he said, oh, so you do EastEnders? I said, yeah. He said, how many pages a day do you learn? I said, well, sometimes 30. He went, what? He went, I don't learn lines anymore. I went, what do you mean? He went, I have an earpiece. So I was like, what? I was like, what? So someone feeds you the lines? He went, yeah. He went, what? Don't you do that? So he couldn't believe that I don't get fed lines. I thought, well, no, actually, Liam, right? The thing about, being an actor is you've got to learn lines.
Yeah, because how are you supposed to act if you're learning the line?
Thank you, Dan.
And
also,
you're thinking about the line.
Whoever feeds you the line, are you saying it the way they're saying it?
Yeah, no.
Is there connotation the way you do it?
I won't be able
and also, you're not listening to the other actor. Acting is about listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then you're thinking of your line.
So, but I did think, oh God, I could.
Yeah, but at least you knew you had that.
I was never going to do it, Dan.
But you had it as an option,
no, fuck
so at
that.
least you could be like, do you know what? But I think, especially if you know you've got a backup, it makes you perform better. Because if you know you ain't got your backup, then you shit yourself.
Again, do your homework. It was hard work. I got paid very handsomely for it, but I had to earn it. And so I wanted to go, look, listen, this is me performing in a pure form, and I want to feel like I've walked away from this job and done the best I can. I think if you hate this film, and there will be people out there, you critics that will love to, assassinate me for it if you don't like it. You've got to at least acknowledge that it's quite a feat as an actor to be able to do it. So I'm very proud of myself.
I'm looking forward to
I've just got
watching it.
back. And so, you know, I'm about again
It
for a
was
bit,
fun,
although
wasn't
I'm
it?
about to start my other job, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah, we will speak about
because
that one.
obviously I've
that's very
rabbited on
exciting.
enough, and you know I don't want to make this whole thing about me, this podcast, like the film was, because then that would be narcissistic. So Dan, I heard the other day, your shit should never stink.
What?
Yeah, if your shit stinks, it's something the matter with your gut.
I don't think anyone's poo smells great, does it?
Well, I've not gone around sniffing people's arses, but apparently everyone's shite shouldn't smell, and if it does, you're not eating the right stuff.
I don't believe that.
I don't either, but I think this was...
Because it's just your waste, isn't it?
Well,
I hate the word waste when someone says, oh,
yeah, but why is it called
waste.
shit? Because it's the shit in your body you don't need.
Yeah, you don't need it. It's just like...
but apparently,
like Star hasn't stopped shitting, but she's teething.
Yeah, well, she's baby,
cutting her
she?
canines,
Of course she is.
which are the worst ones to cut, so it's everywhere. Oh, you held her the other day, and I went, she don't smell right.
I was holding, was it Star?
It was Star.
It was
She
Star,
shit through everywhere.
And I just thought, Nappy's a bit wet, she probably had a piss. It was actually shite.
Yeah, I know, and you're standing there holding her, and I was like, she
Leaking
smells.
through. Yeah, I did think she was chucking up a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
But then I didn't know if it was my own arse because...
No, it was so... Well, because we did just have a roast.
Yes, we had, and there was Brussels in the air.
Yeah, Brussels don't agree with me. I need to stop. They give me a really bad stomach, but I love them so much.
But then we'd argue that they're good for your stomach.
Yeah, but I just feel like they're like...
They make you
it's a little bit like a laxative for me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I won't be eating...
Oh, don't give me the
Brussels.
runs, I don't think. It just makes...
I'm just a little bit unsafe. Do you know what I mean? So like if I've met loads of Brussels and like Jarrod, like I wouldn't mind him eating Brussels if Jarrod had an away game. But like being...
So you plan your Brussels around whether they're home or away games. Because you're still, because we did this earlier in the podcast.
We spoke about this.
Yeah,
but I just feel sometimes a little bit, I don't feel safe around a Brussels.
Right, okay.
That's all. I wouldn't eat Brussels and sit in the car for 4 hours.
Is it weird? Because I'll eat Brussels like crisps.
I love them.
I have no fear
I've
around
heard
it.
like Brussels and, was that cabbage and bacon people
you would do Brussels, bit of lardons, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which is like posh bacon and balsamic.
Fucking love a lardon. Where'd you get them from? Never seen them.
You just go in your local... Oh, there ain't no local butchers.
There is.
Well,
Ginger Pig?
Yeah, but I don't... I'm talking about when I was a kid, the local butchers, you know, like Ginger Pig, I feel like it's a brand, and they do strike me up when I go in there, I've got to say. But their meat's fucking incredible.
You can't go wrong with their
meat. You fucking pay for it. What I'm saying is when I was a kid, I'd go into a butcher's and there would be sawdust on the floor and it would, you know, be blood, but there'd be an old geezer behind there and his son would be working for him. And, you know, I'm sure that Bosworths is one. Bosworths, is it?
I've
up
heard
near
of that.
Loughton. Boswells. If you are listening, Bosworth or Boswell, well, I'm trying to give you a shout out, but I can't remember your fucking name, unfortunately. But that's a family-run butcher's.
Yeah. I know, but that's...
You'll get some... No, I think you can get lardons anywhere.
Yeah, no, because that's what... But I love my veg. I absolutely love it.
Good.
But Brussels just don't feel very safe around me.
Yeah, I don't think they're known for making you shite.
It's not like... It's just I'm a little bit... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I can't really go into detail too much on how it is, but it's just a little bit... I don't feel 100% safe.
Okay, which is fair, darling.
Okay.
And it's only safe because you love your man and you don't want your man to go off you. Just before you're about to get married.
Jarrod's got this new stupid app now that he's got.
Was it a fart app? What do you mean?
It's not.
So you can tell if you fart.
Scanning food. So basically, he's got this new app.
Yeah.
And like, so you'll open the fridge and then like, you know, like obviously things have like barcodes and stuff on them.
Yeah.
And you scan it and it tells you how bad it is out of 100.
What?
So like we bought these crisps thinking they were nice. They're like these sweet chili cracker crisps. The pack of them, it's like 108 calories. So you're like, fine.
What are they called?
They're just called, I can't remember. They're sweet chili crackers.
But they're no good.
0 out of 100. 100's amazing. 0 is terrible. 0 out of 100.
Oh, so 100's good for you.
100's good and 0's terrible.
Oh, I don't think there's anything that will be 100.
Diced chorizo, 0.
Diced chorizo? It's got fat in it.
Yeah, so bad for you. Yeah, 100's amazing.
All right. So
0.
Have you ever had 100?
Well, there's, you know what is quite good, because I was hearing a little bit things about cereal. It's fine, like Cheerios were like 79. So I was like, I don't feel guilty for giving my kids Cheerios now. Cocoa Pops ain't that bad. Bread is really, you know, like grated cheese. Oh, you shouldn't have that.
What's that then?
You know, like when you buy the grated cheese in a bag,
but what I'm saying is, what is that? What's this rating?
Like, it's bad. I think it was like a 39 or something. Don't hold me to it, but it's not great.
God.
So now he's fucking getting me obsessed with this app. I'm going around scanning everything. Because I like a Nutri-Grain bar, and he's like, oh, here she goes. Because I don't like breakfast. Talk
to me about Nutri-Grain. What's that on there?
That is literally like I think it's like an 8 out of 100.
You're joking.
And I'll give the twins.
So they're lying to us.
But you know what is really good? Like all the Ella's Kitchens and that, which really made me feel good. Because like Ella's Kitchen, you know, like sometimes I get them little dish meals.
Yep.
You know, if you had a long day and I'll give them a little dish. They're really high up in the chart. So I was like, I feel really good.
Well, listen, this is the trials and tribulations of living with an athlete. And I've got to say.
Fucking scanning everything.
Yeah.
Fucking be scanning me
I don't
next.
care, darling, because he did score against Chelsea. And I'll tell you something, now that man who fractured his foot, which had no right to be on that pitch anyway, recovered after 6 weeks, scores a fucking unbelievable goal. Doesn't stop running, this man. We should have scored at the end. But anyway, it was so good to see him back.
I know.
Is it good for you indoors?
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he?
Of course he does, and he loves West Ham.
And you know what he said? And he said he knew he was having, like, there weren't another game for like another 12 days or whatever it was. So it's like, so I've got time to recover. Like, so he's like, I can just go in training, see how I am.
You know, he's our captain, man.
I know, he does.
And he's the captain of our ship.
Yeah.
And he's the quietest man in the room, but yeah, and I've said this before, he crosses that line, he's the loudest fucker on the pitch. So do keep scanning your food, Jarrod, because it's important. I might get involved in this.
Yeah, Dad, Pringles.
Grated cheese. That's what I don't understand.
Zero
What's the difference between grated cheese and
it's full of additives?
Because they're fucking, so it doesn't go off.
So basically, it's that packet cheese. They put loads of shit in it.
I don't like buying it grated. Grate it your fucking self.
Grate it yourself is laziness. So yeah, grated cheese. Pringles, Doritos, but now we've got alternatives. So now it says like instead of buying like certain crisps, like certain Doritos, it's a different Dorito you can buy. It's actually quite good. Just it goes small changes and all that.
No, so it has to have a barcode.
It has a barcode, and you can just scan it, and it tells you, and it will tell you alternatives to get.
Okay,
it's great. Well, I don't know why we've gone in these realms, but
because we're having a catch up, darling.
Obsessed.
I didn't know that this was a new thing. You know what I mean?
Jarrod's doing now. Yeah.
And as the wedding going, I think we'll just sort of touch on that. Any news on it? Because again, I'm just a guest, even though I'm giving you away.
No, we were talking about singers the other day, weren't we?
Oh yeah, I just want to shout out because the mighty Robbie Williams, bless him, he can't do it.
No,
he's playing in Murrayfield, which is in Scotland.
Yeah.
So, which I totally understand, unless you know I have to put my hand in my pocket and get him a helicopter, which I've got enough on my plate at the moment. So he can't sing for you. Now we're going to put it out there. If there's any musicians, you know, who want to do a couple of songs at Danny's wedding, now if you're a fan of mine, Danny's or Jarrod's, you know, if you want to come and do a couple of songs for us at Danny's wedding, you'll get an invite. You get to hang out with all of us and our peasant families, and just do a couple of numbers.
That's all
we just want to put it out there because Danny has inquired about a few people, and you know they're asking for too much fucking money. To be honest, there will be a drink in it for you. But if you're fans of us, you just want to hang out with us and give us a little number. Adele.
Oh, imagine if
I know you're busy, Adele, but you're one of us. Although you do support Tottenham, I'll let that go. You know, if you do come across this and you just fancy coming and spending the day with us, talking bollocks, smoking snout, right?
She don't smoke.
I like to think she likes the odd snout.
Yeah, maybe if you had a little beverage.
Then do get in touch, and I mean that as well because we are looking for people.
And we are, you know, the time is ticking.
And I'm thinking of, you know, sort of anyone that sort of loves any of us that wants to do it out of love and be part of the occasion and not ask for a couple of mil. Dan, it's that time.
Yeah.
It's a time that, you're losing, all right?
Oh, yeah, we're going in with another game.
Sorry, Dana just poked her.
Dana, is that your phone over there?
So, no, that's my blower. Dana
my manager.
Dana's, because she's coming in. Yeah, just talk a bit, Dana, just so we can just because she's very posh and
she's very posh.
Yeah, she's one of those that sneer at the working class. See how posh she was.
I do not.
Yeah, she's got.
She says like Danny and I.
She always says I. Yeah, she's one of them that would get the ump if you give her the wrong spoon for soup. She's a lovely woman and someone that Danny would be fucked without. So we're very much appreciative.
We do.
Anyway, so section 2.
Right.
The Dyer World Series continues. Right? So now, do you want to update the scores? Now, to regular listeners, and I know you all are, you will know I'm 2-1 up.
Yeah, you are 2-1 up. I don't know how you're 2-1 up.
Sorry.
You was quite lucky.
Well, I don't even know you've got the point because actually, and I've still got issues around
rhyming
it.
slang with Ben.
Shout out to Ben, who's not here today because he's earned so much money from the podcast, he's gone on holiday. So Tom's here, who's probably here reluctantly. He's another producer, a nice fella, really lovely, but hasn't been around. And now he's around. He's probably topping up his
He
ready.
says he's been in the edit.
Yeah,
Tom's been in the edit.
Shout out to Ben, who's probably on an 11-week cruise around the world. So he's not here anyway. So he did the first game, rhyming slang versus
and
down
I
with the
won
game.
that, so I won.
Yeah, but again, because he did generic.
No, it's okay.
Googled some fucking rhyming slang, so you smashed me on that, right? I made it even by winning Who's That Age again.
Yeah.
Catherine Ryan came to my safety, my in a sense of, although she doesn't look 41.
Absolutely
not that that's
I
a
love
thing anyway.
Catherine Ryan.
But I guess the age, so it was 1-1.
Yeah.
I then went in the lead with a comprehensive win in a game of a pain in the thesaurus.
Well, that is a game that won't be coming back, you said.
Yeah, I mean, they've all been shite games, I'll be honest. And thanks to the listeners for staying with us with it, because we're just trying to appease the producers in a way. Because, we're contractually obliged. So anyway, what was the pain in the foot? What was that again?
A pain in the thesaurus.
Oh, no, that was right. We had to. That was Tom, ladies and gentlemen, another posh nut who's just piped up. Oh, yeah, that was when we had to have a word each for drunk.
Oh, yeah, so it was.
And you ran out.
And I ran out. I panicked.
You did, yeah.
I won't be good on countdown.
Anyway, it's 2-1 to me. Now, this is a it's a best of 5 tournament.
Okay.
So if I win this, it's over. And because. Oh, yeah.
So
that'll make me 3-1 ahead. So really, in a way, you need to win this.
I'm not really going to catch up then after that, then, if you win, really, am I?
No, if it's best of 5, you can't catch up, can you?
Oh, yeah. So if you win this, we might as well just not play the games anymore.
Yeah. So anyway, today, what are we playing today, Dan?
So we're playing the Letterboxd challenge.
Okay, explain it to me.
Is the ultimate
Can you explain this shite game to me, please, Dan?
I've never heard of it. Letterboxd is the ultimate website for movie reviews, but they can sometimes be a bit incoherent. Incoherent? Okay. Big Danny will be guessing which of his films these reviews are about, while Little Danny will be figuring out which of her favourite movies they relate to. Danny has Danny's reviews and vice versa. Take it in turns.
Okay, so, right. Now you
have other sheets there.
Okay, oh, yeah, no, gotcha. Thanks, Tom. We'll be fucking with that, Tom. Right, so, right. Well, so basically, I'm going to read out. You've got to guess the film, but you've made some films, by the way.
Well, yeah, I appeared in a couple of yours, didn't I?
Well, no, you did a film about me.
What? Oh, we still kill the old way.
I can't believe you forget this shit.
Yeah, no, I remember
I think you forget some of your achievements.
Yeah,
you need to
I
remind
do.
yourself how brilliant you are sometimes.
Thank you. I love that film. That's when I really wanted to be an actress, wasn't it?
Danny Boy Hatchard as well. Now he goes as Danny Hatchard. Shout out to Danny Hatchard if he's listening. He's probably eating some vegan food somewhere.
He loves a bit of vegan.
He's looking good at the moment, Dan, if you are listening. I've seen your body on Instagram, although I think it's probably a lot to do with the lighting. Right, so I'm going to read out, say... something where you've got to guess what film it is, right? So,
okay.
If you get it right, you get the point.
Right. So you say a quote and I say what the film is.
It won't be the quote, it will be. So the first one is this.
Yeah.
This one got 5 stars.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, it ain't easy being green. What would the film be?
Wicked.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll do a ding there or something, a ding, a ding, a ding, a ding, or something like that. So you've got that one, okay?
Oh, that was a real one.
Yeah, pretty easy
fine.
to be fair. I'm hoping they get slightly harder. So go on, Dan. What's mine? This is a review of my film.
Okay, right. So this is 2.5 stars.
Oh God,
I don't like that. The cinematic equivalent of being the only sober person at a party.
Oh my God. God, this sounds like a good review for one of my films. So 2.5 stars. Say that again.
The cinematic equivalent of being the only sober person at a party.
Fucking hell.
It shouldn't be 2.5 stars. And it says it afterwards that it shouldn't be.
I'm going to go for Mean Machine.
No.
Go on, what is it then?
Human Traffic.
It got 2.5 stars.
Yeah, but no,
You're
listen to the Be Read After.
Go on then.
This doesn't reflect the general reviews of Human Traffic. The top ones are train spotting but fun, and every second of Danny Dyer is brilliant. The most charismatic man in Britain. Chatting shit about Star Wars is absolutely essential.
Ah, that's kind. 2.5 stars. I wonder who that was. Must have been The Guardian or
the
something.
Sun.
The Sun would have loved it, you'd think.
Yeah.
Those mugs. Okay, fine. All right,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay, so I got that wrong.
Yeah.
You got that right.
Right.
So you're 1-0 up.
All right, go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
This one got 4 stars.
Okay.
She's a 10, but she can tell the weather with her boobs. What's the film?
Barbie?
I'm going to give you another guess, just
Okay.
because I love you and you're a child and you came out
What
of my
would I have
testicles.
seen this? Do you know I've
Yeah,
seen
these
this?
are the films that you've
I
declared
know, but
that
do
are
you know that I've seen this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, go
I'm going
again.
to say it again.
Okay.
It's got 4 stars. So
Okay,
got good rating.
She's a 10.
She's a 10, but she can tell the weather with her boobs.
Oh, Mean Girls.
There you go.
Yeah,
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Or whatever the noise is.
Yeah, Mean Girls.
Okay, there you go. So that's
It's because you didn't do it in an American accent.
Ah, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
You know I'm not known for accents. So.
If you'd have done
Go on
it.
then, give it to me. I need
Okay,
this.
right. 5 stars. Cockney Goodfellas.
The Business.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got that.
Wonderful. Whatever the noise is. Okay, lovely. Right, okay. So it's 2-1 to you.
Yeah.
So I think if you get this one, then you've won this.
Okay, I'd like to
and then it'll be
think so.
2-2.
Yeah, it would
which,
be quite
just for
nice.
the listeners' sake, which makes it next week exciting.
Yeah.
If you can call
I
next
quite
week
like this
exciting.
game. I'm enjoying this the best out of
It's because you're doing well at it.
All right, yeah, true.
Right, so this one also got 4 stars.
Okay.
Okay. A movie about realising that you're secretly in love with Jennifer Aniston. Very relatable. I'll give you it again because your face has gone.
Yeah, sorry. I can't really move much because of the Botox.
Really concentrating. Right. So I'm a bit nasal, I'm juggling a lot of shit in the moment.
Oh, here we go.
I've had
He's busy.
I've had kombucha today, I've had some Barocca. I've also had an immune gummy.
You're going to be shitting on the way home all these shots.
I've got to get a rattler after this. Right, so it's 4 stars. So it's
Okay.
got very well received.
Right.
A movie about realising that you're secretly in love with Jennifer Aniston. Very relatable.
Just go with it.
It is Just Go With It, ladies and gentlemen. I do think we have a winner that was really geared towards Danny winning this round, and just to keep it interesting and exciting. And also, in a way, she did get the second one wrong, and I did let her go again.
Can I give you this
But that's what
one?
fathers do,
Yeah.
She's a Nepo baby. Go on, give me the last one, just 'cause I
I
want to know.
really forgot how much I love this film.
Talk to me.
Okay, so this was 3.5 stars.
Oh, God.
No, but the guy. No, but don't
Out of
worry.
5, that's not bad,
Yeah,
actually.
the guy who tried to kill Sam in the graveyard was acting his arse off. Bare spit flying everywhere. Not enough Danny Dyer though.
The guy who tried to kill
The guy
Sam.
who tried to kill Sam in the graveyard was acting his arse off. Bare spit flying everywhere. Not enough Danny Dyer though. So they're trying to say there weren't enough Danny Dyer in the movie, which there wasn't. You was just like a feature, I think.
Someone dying, someone's having a fight in a grave. I don't know.
Adulthood.
Oh, fucking! I've never.
I
Really
loved
gone.
that
fucking
film.
2 scenes. Anyway, that's really set up next week, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, because it's now 2-2 in the most exciting quiz.
I enjoyed that one.
The Double D Dyer World Series of the producers really trying to produce.
Yeah, they were producing.
Yeah, I think they're struggling. Dan, it's time.
Oh, it's time. What is it for?
It's time for, I don't know about you, but the moment that gives me, and this is a weird thing for me to say as a man, this moment gives me a fuzzy fanny. Any of you women out there know what I mean by that. You get a
I hate that word.
or
It's
if
so
you're Northern,
disgusting.
you'd say a fuzzy fanny.
I hate the word fanny.
Huh?
I don't think a lot of women use that word.
Hold on, we're all feminists
No,
in this
but I just
room.
don't think people,
Women can use whatever
Yeah,
they
but
want.
I don't really think women go around.
Shout out to all
saying
you
fanny.
women that do use the word fanny and own it. Always own your own fanny, by the way.
I know a girl called Fanny.
do
She was
ya?
in primary school. Yeah.
That's an old school name,
Her name
isn't
is
it?
Fanny.
Fanny.
Or Fanny, but everyone called her
Fanny
Fanny.
Craddock. She's somebody that I think she was a chef. Shout out to all you fannies out there that listen. Anyway, it's time for the tumble dyer.
Oh, can I just say something about my tumble dryer? It's fucked at the minute.
Yeah, mine's
it's
fucked as
leaking.
well. I'll say mine. I don't know how to work it.
Oh,
It's leaking.
mate,
Well,
fucking
okay.
leaking.
Have you heard our one?
Yeah, it sounds aggressive. It sounds like you're trying to churn a
Well, it
body
sounds
in
like
there.
someone's choking a dog or
Yeah,
a cat.
it's so bad.
Yeah, and so we
but
do
mine's
need
just
to-
fucking leaking.
Any tumble dryer companies out
I
there
ain't
that
got
do want to.
time for tumble dryers to be
sense, is
breaking.
it iSense? We did do one for a fridge. We did an advert.
Yeah, can any tumble dryers contact us?
Want to get involved and
Yeah.
give us a fucking tumble
Yeah.
dryer each? And I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it a
Yeah,
lot.
we will.
Because Danny's got a leaky one, and my one just it sounds like it's a brass band in my room, and it's fucking horrible. So I don't know what's happened to the belt. Something to do with the belt. Anyway, do get in touch.
But for now,
we'll give you the size and the measurements if you email us. So tumble dyer, whack it out straight out of the tumble dyer.
right,
First car. Go on, Dan. I'll let you go first because
my first car?
Well, I bought it, didn't I?
Yeah, you bought me my Mini for my first car, didn't
That's
you?
right, yep. And,
I loved my little Mini.
Didn't realise what a dangerous society you was, Dan, and how many wind mirrors you lost.
Well, obviously, I passed third time, didn't I?
Yep.
But to be fair, I was.
It's not bad, is it, going straight in as a Mini?
My theory, I passed first time because I really studied that. I downloaded the app, and it was every question flew with flying colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Driving test. To be fair, though, right, because I remember I had Bruce, who was my driving instructor.
Remember you tried? I don't remember.
Bruce. And bless him. So when I come to it, the lady, so when she walked out, I was shitting myself when I took my driving test.
It's a tough test, darling.
Yeah, and Bruce was in the back. And then I was nervous. Do I think I should have passed first time? I don't know. It was just nerves. Anyway, failed. Second time, the same lady come out. So automatically, I knew I was going to fail.
No. Well, so you think there was an agenda?
Well, she didn't understand why my name was Danny. She kept saying that's a boy's name. Like, she just couldn't understand.
Oh, right. So
my name was Danny.
A feminist in the truest word, okay.
And then I knew, literally, it was my fuck up. As soon as I pulled out, she broke because there was a person at zebra crossing. So I said to her, "You've broke. I know I failed. Like, if you break, that's a major, isn't it?"
What? So how fast is it? Well, no, yeah.
It's a
major.
major. It's fucked. You're over.
How early in the test?
Oh, straight away.
Oh,
look, coming out of the driving.
So you just got to drive around for the sake of it.
And I said to her, "Can we just stop here? Because I know I failed. That's a major." And she was like, "No, just continue." And
so maybe you hadn't then. Maybe it isn't a fail.
Yeah. Oh, I failed second time because of the major.
Okay.
Anyway, the third time lucky was obviously that guy that come out, and
Was he a fan of mine?
Yeah, I sent him a signed book.
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
Again, look, listen, and to be fair, when you first started driving, maybe he did make a mistake because I remember you was very impatient and you kept smashing wind mirrors. I remember you smashed into your mother's car as well, which was parked up.
And I tried to overtake a dustbin car.
That was it. The dustman, God bless them, they do the worst job on the planet. They go around picking up our shit, and Danny didn't have time.
No, I just overtook. I don't know why I was trying to. Where was I going? I overtook it and smashed my wind mirror up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I smashed into your gate.
That's how close it was,
God, I smashed that car up to bits.
So shout out to the instructor that did pass. Let's not mention him.
No. He was great. He was a really nice guy.
Who's probably got my book signed, which is probably worth about £1.70 now. If you could put it on eBay.
Go on eBay.
My own car that I owned was a Porsche Cayenne.
Nice.
Which I did love that car.
I liked that Porsche. I do quite like a Porsche, to be fair, but cars are expensive.
But babe, it's £7 for butter.
Well, it's just like cars are so expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
Think about it. People just existing.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get on the property ladder now?
Yeah, it's just
people's wages don't match with bills.
No, it doesn't.
And trying to bring up kids and all that because the country's fucked, as we know. But this isn't a political podcast.
No, it's not a political podcast.
This is just an old granddad who likes to rant now and again. Yeah. So Dan, unfortunately, it's that time again. Yeah. I don't like it.
No, I don't.
You don't, even though I'm not getting paid for it. It's not about money, actually. I don't want to be one of them people that's driven by the fucking dollar. It's about you listeners more than us because you care about us and you like listening to a dad and daughter. Shout out to a message that I bit on the other day to a treacle called Debbie Copland.
Oh, I see your bite.
Who said that our relationship isn't normal.
See, that didn't. When I see comments, when I see comments like that, that does not bother me. If someone because I would not want anything different about our like I'm so close to you, and when someone comments that, I'm like, I feel more for you that you don't have that kind of relationship. Like, that doesn't bother me.
All done me.
But then if someone comments about like something that I'm insecure or about, then it fucking does me.
No, it does. I know there's certain things that you won't have.
I won't have it.
I don't give a fuck anymore. Actually,
yeah,
it was just this one thing. Well, I think I was in a car and I was not driving. No, I was just sitting in the back of a car.
Yeah.
And I saw it. No, I'll tell you what, dummy, is normal. What is normal? I've never known what normal is.
Yeah.
So for someone to define, I just wanted to know what normal was. Define normal to me, Debs.
Yeah.
And I called her Debs,
Yeah, you did.
And I thought, I would like to know because I'm very fascinated what normal is and how we, how do we define it?
Yeah.
So, but she never replied.
No,
she just said,
no, she did. She did comment back. I think she was just like, what was it? Something it's all for show. We're all for show.
Oh, we're for show,
and all that.
So,
our relationships.
Again,
for show.
what does that mean?
But then we had like so many people backing us and so many people saying they would love to have a relationship.
Well, what I'd like to
and
think
it was
is
so lovely when people actually back us. You have like your little tribe.
Well, I'd like to think that the reason people do listen is because of it's all about what our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that people listen to this one, listen to many others. It's about relationships. You're listening to two people, unless it's one of them political bollocky ones or a really serious crime one. It is about two people having a conversation. And you invest in them two people, the way they interact, the way they bounce off each other.
Absolutely.
The way and we are two Danny Dyers. And we've got a very unique, beautiful relationship. And so, I know that you're probably the more adult one of the two. And, slightly more prudish than me. And I do say stuff that's a little bit naughty and stuff, but that's who I am.
Yeah.
So
But people know that.
You're going to tune into us, you're going to tune into us. And so, Debs, I hope that you haven't got any daddy issues. And I hope you can work through them. I'm not going to get on, a nasty one. Or,
no, absolutely
but
not.
I think, you do need to think twice if you're going to make comments about stuff because you're going to get a reaction. So if you don't like something or you think that our relationship isn't, then we'll just go about your day.
Yeah, you don't need
because
to let
I'm
us
sure
know,
you don't want loads of people. Our tribe, I like to call them.
They're our tribe.
We love our tribe, and we will meet you all one day because we're going to do some lives one day, because I think that's where the money is. Anyway, I'm glad I've just sort of mentioned that. We've stretched this one out. Listen, we've treated you today because I've looked at the clock. 53 minutes we're running on, which is good.
Yeah, that is good for us.
So I just want to.
Usually Ben would be typing, "Can you end now?"
Yeah, but of course he's on his 11-week cruise, so he's not around. It's something I need to remind you of again because I know that you forgot. Because it does slip your mind, you wonderful people. Wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, standing. On a building site, in an office, in your motor probably, or in your bed.
I'm on a train.
Could be on a rattler. Well, that will cut in and out when you go in the tunnel.
No, if you've downloaded it, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All you downloaders out there, just never, ever forget, and you must promise me this. You're loved.